What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Dylan from the Blue Wrecking Crew, and I came across a pretty cool article today. So it's the 5 New York Giants players who can make their first Pro Bowl this season. So I'm going to briefly go over the article. I'll link it down in the description below, but we're going to keep this pretty short, 5 minutes or less, so we can get the full breakdown right here, right now. So the first player they got listed here is Alvin Tomlinson. So Alvin Tomlinson, man, if we take a look at last season, he finally was able to rush the quarterback, right? So I think that's what kind of gives him the upside to make the Pro Bowl. So if we take a look at the past couple seasons, he wasn't really able to get to the quarterback. Last season, he really broke out. He had a few sacks, a lot of QB pressures. So I think those two things, along with his run-stopping abilities, could definitely get him in the conversation for Pro Bowl. And according to this article, I guess his Pro Football Focus grade has been above 75 all 3 of his seasons as a New York Giant. So that's a plus, man. So yeah, Alvin Tomlinson, I could definitely see that happening. Now let me pull up the second player they have. So I got the article on my phone here. I'm just kind of going through it. So the second player that they got here is Kenan Xyler. So Kenan Xyler, man, throughout his career, he's been a pretty, I would say, above average offensive lineman. It's kind of shocking to me that he has not made a Pro Bowl. He hasn't been selected once. You could probably argue that there's been a time or two that he got snubbed out of a Pro Bowl selection. But man, he's always been considered one of the better guards in the National Football League. And shoot, man, if Kenan Xyler makes Pro Bowl this season, that means Saquon's having a hell of a year. So hopefully Kenan Xyler comes out this season, he breaks out. He was clearly our best lineman, in my opinion, from last season. So yeah, bro, Kenan Xyler, we can only hope that he has an amazing season, along with our other tackles, Andrew Thomas, Nate Solder, and all those guys. So I like that pick. Moving on to number 3, we got they got X-Man Xavier McKinney, the rookie 2nd-round draft pick, the steal of the draft for the New York Giants, in my personal opinion. I mean, dude, Xavier McKinney was the first safety off the board in the draft. A lot of people had him going in like the mid to late 1st round, and hell, we scooped him up in the 2nd. So definitely a steal for us. I've talked about this in previous videos. X-Man and Jabril Peppers is going to be a great dynamic duel. I think they're going to do a lot of great things together. And I could definitely see him in the conversation for Defensive Rookie of the Year, man. He's that much of a playmaker. And if he's getting Defensive Rookie of the Year, you better believe he's making the Pro Bowl. There's no doubt about it in my mind. So yeah, X-Man, I think he definitely has a great shot at making Pro Bowl. Comparing him to the other 2 players we just talked about, I think he's got the best chance. So, dude, if he could step up, that'd be huge for our defense. Our defense lost us a lot of football games last season. Our offense played pretty well, especially towards the end of the year. But our defense, man, they just couldn't make those stops at the end. So if X-Man could help out with that, that would be great. Moving on to the 4th player. So we got, what they got here? Will Hernandez. Okay, so another offensive lineman. And dude, Will Hernandez is a very talented, very aggressive type of player. You know, he brings that energy on the field. He's got a little bit of a hot head, but I think that's good for an offensive lineman, man. You need to be, you know, strong-minded. You need to be aggressive. You need to be able to push people out of the way, protecting your quarterback, protecting your running back. Don't let people get in their face, man. Will Hernandez is that type of ball player. So I think he could definitely be in the running for a Pro Bowl. And dude, if Hernandez and Xyler make Pro Bowl, god damn, dude, the Giants probably have like 11 wins. If we got 2 Pro Bowl offensive linemen, Saquon Barkley's making Pro Bowl if that's the case. So, dude, Will Hernandez, man, that would be great if he could get in there in the Pro Bowl. Now, the final player they have in this article is Darius Slayton. So I talk about Slay all the time. He had that great rookie season. I don't want to say it was a breakout season. Maybe this year will be his breakout season. He obviously had a lot of touchdowns, a lot of yards for the amount of time he was in there. And Darius Slayton, he definitely has the capability to break out. He's probably going into the season as our #1 guy. It's kind of hard to say because Golden Tate's there, Shepard. You know, Slayton's definitely our deep ball guy. He's really fast. He could get behind coverage. Darius Slayton, man, if he puts together a slightly better season than last, I think he could be in the running for Pro Bowl. You know, he's going to get more playing time this season. I definitely see him finishing above 1,000 yards, possibly double-digit touchdowns. I think he has a floor of 900 receiving yards, but a ceiling of like 1,300 receiving yards. So, man, if Slayton makes Pro Bowl, that means DJ's rocking and rolling, and he's having a great year. So, I really thought this was an exciting, interesting article to kind of go over and discuss with you guys. So here are the 5 New York Giants that could make the Pro Bowl, possibly for the first time in 2020. Let me hear you guys. What do you think? Let me hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Go Giants. I am out. Peace.